Firstly, I use social media perhaps more than any other tool when it comes to finding news and news sources. Twitter is a regular thing. However, I'm conscious of avoiding the Twitter bubble that so many people seem to be falling into, and it makes it difficult to see stuff like Donald Trump being elected or Brexit because you're in this Twitter sphere where you only follow who you like, and I want to avoid that. So um, I follow as many accounts as I can, from the Telegraph to the Daily Mail to BuzzFeed to Peston, all kinds of Twitter accounts, because I believe it's important to have a wide variety. Facebook, I think, actually is more important than Twitter because it's instant and everybody seems to be using Facebook. People think that Twitter is so popular, but in reality, I think more people use Facebook for news than any other platform, including newspapers, maybe even TV shows. Facebook is good in that there's Facebook Live, and a lot of the things that are happening in the world, like Aleppo, like Brussels, like Paris, like Berlin, they seem to be reported on Facebook for video format before anywhere else. So I always check Facebook when I can. Then you have your newspapers. I read the Telegraph, I read the Guardian, the Independent, I read Daily Mail. Sometimes I read the Sun, I sometimes read the New European. Whatever I can get my hands on, I read, because I think it's important to have a wide variety of newspapers and blogs and reporters. And finally, people. I like to go out and talk to people, friends, lecturers, people on the street, the fruit seller, just for them to tell me what's going on, what they've heard, what they want to talk about. I think it's really important to keep that perspective of normal, real people. Moving on to question 2, if I had to ask one question to any person in the world, I would ask Barack Obama. I would ask Barack Obama to tell me his true opinion of England and Great Britain, particularly. I felt with the Brexit coverage and what he said about Britain being relegated to the back of the queue, I think that was really telling, because he seems to be someone who, as an American president, is less favourable towards Britain than many of his predecessors, especially George Bush. And I just want to know, like, what does Barack Obama really think about Britain? Especially because it seems to be like he prioritised Far East Asia and Japan and countries like that to Britain's detriment. And I know when he said what he said about Brexit that he got a lot of angry responses, but I really just want to know, what does Barack Obama think about Britain?